Welcome everyone to another week of Friday Night Overtime, big rivalry games and region matchups. That was the theme tonight across North Florida and South Georgia. I'm Alison Posey, he's Dom Tibbetts. It is week number 8. You guys should know how this goes by now.
Yeah, and you know how we start off the show, and tonight a big one for our Friday Night Overtime game of the week.
Absolutely. Godby is 0-6 on the year, not typical for the Cougars. Their schedule though has been a grind. Their first home game tonight, and what a one it was. Godby hosting rival Rickards. Can't get much better than that. Rickards head coach Quentin Lewis called Godby the best 0-6 team in the state this week. Cougars taking the lead here in the second quarter. Michael Francis connecting with Kawan Banks. Nice catch, and he does the rest. 30-yard strike. It's 9-7 Godby.
Later in the quarter, Cougars punting. Bad snap gives Rickards great field position, and they make it count. Michael Townsend to Rico Watkins. Let the man work. It's 14-9. Raiders up in front.
Moving to the second half here, Godby looking to move the rock. Lionel Whitaker having other ideas. The diving, sliding INT. Rickards taking over on offense.
And again, capitalizing on the miscues. Hand off to Kevin Baker. Touchdown Raiders. It's 21-9, and Rickards closes out from there. Bragging rights staying with the blue and gold. 21-16, the final.
Godby going to have to wait another week. Now, the last time SUWANNEE beat Madison County in the regular season, guess when it was? 1995, after you guys weren't even alive. 2-2 going for it tonight in Boot Hill, under 6 to go. Madison County threatening. Jonathan Atkins punches it in for the TD. It's 14-0 boys. Bulldogs in desperate need of a spark. How's this? Cowboys driving again, but this time around SUWANNEE coming away with the pick. Marquavius Owens with the big play, but Boot Hill, it's a tough place to play. Still 14-zip. Ja'Cory Jackson adding to it right before the half. Cowboys go up 20-0 after the blocked extra point, and they take this one easy. 27-0, the final score.
In Class 2A, Alcilla Christian hosting Rocky Bayou in Region 1. Colby Roberts and company looking to pick up a win on Alumni Night. First quarter, Warriors up 7-6. Trip Joyner rolls right, finds Dakota Hagan in the end zone, 4-6. The PAT makes it a 14-6 ball game. Ensuing drive for the Knights, in need of a big play, and David Ohm is there. Defender's actually going to tip this ball, then watch this. Ohm is there to make the juggling catch as he's falling down. However, that drive goes nowhere because the Warriors defense came up with a lot of stops. Jace Grant is going to bottle up the QB for the sack, but Alcilla Christian, they're going to drop this one at home tonight, 41-27. In 4A Region 1 in Georgia, it's going to be a battle all year long, and play started last week. 4-2 Thomas County Central in week 2 of region play, hosting Westover. Student section, they came ready to play for Thomas County Central as the Jackets hosting Westover. Second quarter, Samuel Brown rolls out. He's going to find Adam Hopkins. He's going to regain his footing before taking a bit along the sideline. He shakes it off. No problem, he says. Later in the quarter, Pershawn Taylor, he's going to find a crease up the middle. A shoestring tackle stops him from finding the end zone. Oh, he's so close, but one play later, it's Taylor again. He's able to turn the corner. He's going to score. TCC takes the big win tonight, 36-6.
Big region win. Bainbridge and Doherty, they are both 1-0 in 4A Region 1 play, but facing each other tonight, only one team is going to win. First quarter action, Jamarian Bo Smith hands it to Travarius Freeman, and he takes off like a rocket, putting the Bearcats on the board. Extra point is good. 7-0 Bainbridge. Next drive for the catch. Travarius Freeman gets through the defense, and they cannot stop him, folks. His second TD of the game. Extra point is good. They lead 14-0.
He's very fast.
Kind of, yeah. Trojans respond in the second quarter. Devin Collier decides to just keep it himself, finally getting the Trojans on the board, but it does not matter. Bainbridge winning big, knocking off previously undefeated Doherty. 45-14, the final score.
CAIRO rounding out your trifecta for 4A Region 1 at Monroe, both looking for their first region victory. Opening drive for the Syrup Makers. On the third play of the drive, Braylon Robinson hands it off to Amari and Burden. Cuts it up the gut for an easy 6. Makers on the board first, 7-0. Monroe would stall again, and CAIRO makes another trip to the red zone. On the next play, the direct snap to Tyree Kelly takes in the end zone. It's 28-zip, and CAIRO's going to take this one by a final of 37-0. Big win for CAIRO. So cheerleaders, take it away. Take it away.
Breakaway. ducked them over there?
I am a little bit.
I think they're too good for you, man.
Most
Welcome back to
definitely.
Friday Night Overtime. The Bearcat Band from Bainbridge High School, our band of the week.
So let's get back to football and more region play in South Georgia. Thomasville opened up AA Region 1 with a win last week, up 21 early over Worth County. Bulldogs dial up the fake punt. Joseph Williams finds some space, shakes off a tackle near midfield, eventually pushed out of bounds near the 15-yard line.
Weaving.
Then a couple plays later, Malik Harper scores from 2 yards out on a direct snap. Bulldogs go up 28-zip. Then the following off a block punt. Thomasville going to be in the red zone again. This time, Shannon White hits Jay Cody coming up here on the pass. This slant over the middle. That made the score 35-0. Thomasville and the Bulldogs, they win big 42-7.
Cruising. Cook also 1-0 in AA Region 1 at Berrien, who is looking for a win on his first carry of the ball game. Berrien's Artavius Williams able to penetrate through the line and drop Walker for no gain here. 2 plays later, Cooks drove Folson, dropping back to pass. He launches it deep downfield, and he finds his man, who takes it the rest of the way for the score. Extra point is good. It's 7-0. Hornets with 10:19 to go in the first. But the Rebels, they are going to be your winners tonight, 25-21, the final score.
Let's keep this train going in single A. Mitchell County 1-1 at 2-1 Terrell County. Late in the first quarter, Green Wave up 6, going on for 4th and long, diving for the pylon. It's a touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good. 12-0 Terrell. After recovering a fumble, Mitchell County with the ball later in the drive inside the 20. Jeremiah Jackson to Tony Burks. Jukes out on Terrius Williams, and he's in for 6. They're going to go for 2, and they are going to get it. Jameis Thompson catching the dart, and Mitchell County wins this one 34-28.
Homecoming night in the court, riding in style at Brookwood.
That's how I'm showing up to next week's game.
Hosting EDMUND BURKE, getting off to a good start. That helps on homecoming night. Isaiah Hill falling on the loose rock. Warriors take over with some great field position. 2 plays later, Raj Waldrop finding Destin Moore in the flat, picks up 1 block, and he gone. Warriors take an early 7-0 lead. Still in the first, same duo, hooking up once again. Why not? Waldrop to Moore, who reaches for the end zone, diving in. Warriors get win number 1 on the season and celebrating a happy homecoming, 36-26.
VALWOOD at Southwest Georgia Academy. The Valiants are going to start with the ball. Running back Noah Pettigrew got his team on the scoreboard first. 1-yard touchdown. He's in. A few series later, Drew Romack is going to get involved as well. He's going to roll to the right. Check this out. Stiffs arm and defender, and then jumps it to Scott Giddens and gets in. When he gets real shifty, makes it 2. Warriors miss for a touchdown, giving the Valiants a 13-0 lead, and VALWOOD wins 37-12.
Nice. North Florida Christian, they are on a 4-game win streak, crossing time zones tonight in Calhoun County to face the Tigers of Bluntstown High School. NFC would strike first in this one. Traylon Ray, of course. Traylon Ray, we know his name. Taking the handoff, barrels through a bunch of Tigers for the touchdown. The Eagles going for the 2 points here, but J.P. Pickles, he can't find an open guy, and he is stopped by Andre Williams. NFC, they're up 6-0 early. Tigers looking to score off a turnover, and Caden Hatchett finds the seam through the defense. Their 2-point play, no good too, but they're up 14-6 to close out the first. Bluntstown, they go on to win this one big. Not a good night for NFC, 72-33. The final score.
The MONROE Bobcats lost their first regular season game since 2019 last week, looking to rebound tonight at pace.
Fireworks.
Joshua Brown, he's going to hook up with Wyatt Sullivan. A nice game here, gets the boys from Quincy moving here. Then Danilo McLeod, he's going to go to Austin Perkins, 18 yards to the 5-yard line. Then Brown to Sullivan. He's going to get them close here as he chugs along, passes the 20, makes a run. Brown's going to keep on going here and eventually sets up a touchdown run to 7-0. MONROE takes the lead here. Then Pace, they're going to keep going here, get up in the scoreboard, 44-29. Pace, your winner.
St. John Paul II hosting Graceville, looking to win their 2nd straight ball game and off to a pretty good start. First quarter action, Tremaine Hughes to Macaulay Schuler in easy for the 6 points, and the Panthers take the 7-0 lead after the PAT. Graceville forced to punt on their next offensive series. Jamari Blackshear on the bounce, and guess what? I'm not going to show this for no reason. He is gone. 50-yard return for the score. St. JP2 leads 14-0. This one all Panther football, 56-zip. The final score.
Let's keep it on going. Gadsden County heading west of Pensacola Catholic. Zaire Riley is going to take the punt and return here coming up, and we got another one. He's going to take this one all the way to the 4-yard line. A field goal would ensue out of it, so it's 3-0 Gadsden County. Pensacola Catholic is going to get a couple turnovers here to make this one a little bit close. This one ended up going to 21-18. We just got this final in recently. Pensacola Catholic taking this one in a close game.
Flashback to Thursday night lights on this Friday night. Lincoln High School showing off a little bit of history. I love this. Showing off the colors, blue and white, and the mascot, the Tigers of the original Lincoln High School. The Trojans, rather the Tigers, facing Leon. First quarter, Demetric Stevens barreling his way into the end zone on the short yardage run. Opens up the scoring. It's 7-0 Lincoln High, and the Tigers of Lincoln High School, they're your winners, 42-0. Their 24th straight win.
They do pretty good with those blue jerseys.
Game. I love those jerseys. More highlights, more scores on the website, WTXL.com.